Have you ever driven down the road and seen an old building and you thought that would be a good painting? Sometimes it's a church, just an old house. Sometimes it's all by itself out in a field somewhere. Just probably has a story that you'll never know. But it looks like a good subject for art. Well, we probably all have had that experience. But you can't stop the car because you gotta go someplace. Anyway, so today I did this picture of a barn just sitting by itself. Obviously it's a farm of some sort, I guess. But I'll show you how I did that right now. All right, hope you're doing good out there. Let's do this one. I have a very simple idea for this one. So there's the top. I want to make sure I can see it. Sometimes I can't see the edge there. So a little tiny light line. And then all that really is in this picture is this barn. And using the vanishing point technique, or the, what do you call it? Oh my God, the perspective technique. You know, you make this line at the top of the building aimed out that way, and you have an imaginary vanishing point right over here. So we're going to take that imaginary vanishing point and bring it over here, and we'll put that side of the barn there, and we'll put the top of the barn. The barn has two different angles. There's the top angle at the very top, and there's a line that goes from there to there, and then there's a slight change in the angle that brings it down here, and again following that vanishing point line. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then there's going to be a little bit of wood here that you can see, and this angle comes out over here. There we go. And here, that roof comes out over the edge. So here we have the downward line. Not a line, maybe this is a little bit deeper here. There we go. And that comes down from there. Just a little feature on the side of the building. There we go. And then over here, I'm going to come down. And this vanishing point goes over to here, let's say, way over here. So we'll go ahead and put that there. It goes way out over here. The barn door. What appears to be two X's is actually four triangles. So let me show you what I mean by that. So there's a triangle there, a triangle there. There's four triangles on each door. It looks like X's. Well, it is X's, but for the purpose of doing a piece of art, it's easier to think in terms of triangles. I think it's for me anyway. It might not be for everybody. And then the upstairs doors, same way. Triangles up. I'll paint them in later. Top of the building is another structure up here. And the barn has like a bottom. Got some lines here. There we go. I think we got it. And then basically the tree line behind the barn will go down on an angle so that there's more sky over here than there is over here. And create a little bit of a hill here, I think. And I think we're ready to add the paint. What do you think? All right, so let's add some paint. First, we're going to add some water to the sky. So yesterday we went looking for something. We have a lot of horses in our community, and they have horse racing, not actual in-person racing, but they have like off-track betting. I don't know where the racing actually takes place, but there's a place where you can go bet on horses. And I did it years and years and years ago. Oh my gosh, a long time ago. And I thought, hey, let's do that. That'll be fun to do, right? I wanted to videotape Robin, to be honest with you, because I've been in a casino with Robin, and she loves the idea of putting money in a machine and getting more out. And of course, that's not the way gambling works unless you're really lucky. But same thing with horse racing, betting on a horse. So there's a place around here, but I didn't even know it existed. It's called Ocala Bets, and it's where you can bet, but not just on horses. You can bet on dog races. You can bet on all kinds of things. It's just, I had no idea it was there. And there was even blackjack tables and other card games, and oh my gosh, it was an eye-opener for both of us. Did not know there was such a thing. So we kind of had fun there, but they wouldn't let me videotape in there. They wouldn't let me take pictures. So I thought that would be fun to get, like a little video of Robin betting, and if she won, that would be exciting, and if she lost, that would be funny, maybe. I don't know. But nope, there was signs up, no video, no camera, no, can't do it. So we just went and we didn't do anything. We didn't bet, nothing. We were too worried that we were going to lose. We didn't want to lose. So we didn't. We didn't even try. Let me just get a little bit of this green here. Yeah, that's a good green. I can always add yellow later on. I just want to get a rough, just like with the sky with the blue and the orange, I just want to get a rough sense of a green or a muted green here. I'll add some yellow ochre there. I think that should be more like that. Yeah. That's what happens when you put water on one end and water on the other end. It'll buckle like that. That's okay. I just had to do it that way because I need that to dry. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Let that dry. Let that dry, have a life of its own. And of course, the barn has to have red in it. Barns are red. I don't know why barns are always red. They just are. They're just always red. So get it red. We'll deal with the shadows later. Can't get too close to that grass though, because it's still wet. You might have to wait. Yeah. Can't get too close to it. It's okay. There's a border on it anyway. There we go. Let's get that red in there. We'll be coming back to it. Right now, I have to wait for the paper to dry. I can put a little bit of color. Put a little bit of color back here. Let's put a little bit because I want to make sure that this has almost like an autumn look to it. And so I'll put some back there and just to give it a hint. And we'll come back to it later. Alright, let me turn the camera off so I can dry it and I'll be right back. Okay, we got it dry now. I forgot to add red to the thing on top of the building. I don't know what that's called. Let's get it in there a little bit. Get that side red. The other side, I think this is the darker side of the building. Let me go ahead and add some more darker tones here. Maybe the front of the building will be more lit. There we go. I might come back and make it even darker than that. But for now, that's good. Okay, let's get some shadows up here under this eave. I'm going to make that darker a different way. Now let's get those triangles here. One, two. It's hard to do it. Okay, let me try down here. It's a little bigger. There we go. Just to make it more defined. Alright, let that sit there. Let's get some darkness up here. Just a little bit of shadow on this side of the roof. And if you let the water lighten it a little bit. There we go. Get this up here. There we go. Here. There we go. Now let's make a little bit of purple over here to make this side darker. So if we want this side to be dark and the front to be the red, and we can put some lines here showing the boards. There we go. A little bit more up here. And a little down under this rim here. There's a little rim right here. Goes across. Bit darker. Okay, let's get back to the red. Make the front red, but light red compared to the rest of it. Getting the barn built. Doing the barn first. And then we'll get the rest of the picture. The barn is kind of like the focal point of the whole thing. Get those lines. You can see the boards in the building. Let's get this side darker even still. these doors go to the bottom. Oops, I'm picking up paint instead of putting it down. Whoop, keep doing that. I guess I gotta put more paint on that brush. Okay, I gotta let it dry. Because it's not working. Okay. Yeah, kind of have it done. I think I want to make this side a little bit darker. Up here on this side. And this up here, I don't want it to be completely white. I just want to have a little bit of that gray, violet color to it. Okay, now let's get some of this grass in here. Let's just make a multitude of grass colors. Whoops, that's a little too green. Don't want it to be too green. Get that yellow in there. Mix that yellow in with the green, makes it much more realistic looking. There we go. Okay, keep getting green. The idea is to make it uneven, to make it loosely look like a flowing field. Kind of flowing it around everywhere. And meanwhile, I'll get to the sky in a little bit. I'm sure as an artist yourself, you have driven past barns and you thought to yourself, oh, that would be a great painting. I do that all the time. I don't drive past barns a lot, to be honest with you, but I have. And when I do drive past them, I do think that. Same thing with some old buildings in general or churches. I will think that a lot. I will think, well, that would be a great painting. And what you want to do is you set up an easel or something. But usually you don't have time. You're usually heading someplace else, or you're driving with other people and they're not going to appreciate you stopping and painting a picture. I don't think, unless you're with other artists, then maybe they want to do it too. But usually you're heading someplace. Heading to somebody's house or somebody's, you go and pick up an errand or something. Pick up an errand, yeah. Let's make it a little bit darker. We could have some brown over here. And I'll come back to this. Right now, that's good enough. I think a fence would be good in there too, but I'll make that last. All right, let's get some of these dark. These dark areas down here. super dark. This is what we want. Make sure we keep some vertical light colors in there too. Lots of places here for what this is trees, of course. And keep little tiny slivers of areas that don't get any paint. We can make them all come together. Quite dark. This is where the contrast works here. Make sure the roof is a lot lighter than the background. The background isn't really black, it's green, but kind of looks black. So dark. Yeah, just make sure we keep leaving some little vertical white slivers in there. Okay. As it dries, you can see that it needs another layer. So I'm not really painting in the trees, I'm painting in the spaces between the trees. Okay, now let's go ahead and start adding green to that black. We'll start making our trees. We got some orange trees in here too. I don't mean orange like the fruit. I mean like it's autumn. You know, there's some yellows here. Just makes it look really nice. Hopefully. Starting to come together now. Starting to look like what we have in mind. Let's go way up here with this one off the page. There we go. Now it's starting to look like trees behind the barn. Little pieces of little peeking out the top there. Peeking from behind the barn. Remember when you were a kid? I remember when I was a kid, if I left the door open to the house, my father would say, "Oh, were you raised in a barn?" Were you raised in a barn? I guess the doors are always open in a barn, but looks like they're always closed to me. It's funny the things you remember, huh? It's funny the things that spark a memory. The line's going to be very, very slight right there. Mix with green. Make sure it's got some green in it. Somebody sent me something. Somebody sent a message. Or it could be spam. I'll look at it later. I like when my phone says potential spam, because I always think, wouldn't that be a funny cartoon? Like a picture of a hog, and underneath it says potential spam. Not potential ham, potential spam. What is spam anyway? It could be anything, right? I mean, I know what it is, but I mean the meat, the canned meat. What is actually in that can? I guess it could be anything. I think I've seen turkey spam, right? That's your Thanksgiving dinner right there, in a can. Thanksgiving in a can. What I do right here is leave some spaces for some orange trees, orange colored trees. Alright, let me do that now. Get some orange in there. looks nice. Yeah, it's working out. Now add some more dark. Alright, this is still wet here, so whoa, that's a little bit too much. Okay, we'll let it do it. Let's let it flow and see what happens. I want to get a lot of this area darker. I don't want the light coming through on the bottom. Only on the tops of the trees. There. That looks okay. I'm going to take a chance here. Try to imagine a fence right here. Maybe 3 lines. Again, using that perspective idea. Make it thicker as it gets, or wider as it gets close to this edge. And now we're going to put little tiny things here. Yeah. There we go. Now we got a fence there. Make it a little bit darker underneath the eave of the barn. Spread some of this darkness around here. I like those little placements of the little bit of orange here and there. I like the way that looks. So the light's coming that way, so we probably have some shadows happening here. Let's go ahead and create the shadows. Yeah, it's okay. And create a little bit of a shadow here next to the barn also. Maybe even make that barn a little bit darker on this side. Make it more contrasted. More green in there. Right now that looks a mess. That's okay. We're going to take water and fix it. I guess the idea would be this, some kind of a shadow here. Some kind of a reason for the grass to be darker. Closer to the camera. You spread it out. That way you get the sense of sunlight hitting the grass. And I could probably add a few wisps of grass so that you get the feeling that there is some tall grass in here. You know? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I think this still needs to be darker. I think the shadow needs to be, the shadow next to the barn needs to be darker too. Yeah, they got that. Little tiny lines. You know what? I'm not so sure I'm happy with those doors. Again, because I made the front darker, now I'm going to make the side darker. There. The shadow has to be darker. There we go. Alright, let's keep working on this grass here. I'm going to lift some of that red up there. Some of it needs to be lifted. Alright, I think I'm done. That's our... The only thing I think I should fix is the sky's got a little bit of a watermark that I could... Sometimes I like watermarks and sometimes I don't. I just smooth it out a little bit. There, that's better. Okay, kids. There's the picture for today. The red barn. Alright, see you later.